and welcome here on Reticuli today. Today I want to talk about two subjects. The first subject is the Wakens, the billionaires and ex-CIAs and politicians and very important persons make all the time by spreading information about hey, I'm building a bunker and I'm building a shelter in my backyard, but I can't tell you why. Or the humanity as we know it will change, society as we know it will change, our life as we know it will change. The world population will be decreased, and so on and so on. So, and oh yeah, I got another favorite. Yeah, I can tell you, it's it will happen, but how much time? I said it's not much time left. So that's another one, and I would like to say to those people, if you have to say something, say it, or shut the f up. So don't make walk-ins so it's so annoying, and that motivated me to have a look at it. And what came out is, on one hand, more relaxing. So I can say, okay, it's not that bad as they seem to predict it, and as they seem to spread panic, but it's very serious, of course. And let's dive into this subject first, and after that I would like to talk about a prediction I made about the Iran conflict. I made a prediction about the attack on Iran, and I would like to talk about it as the second subject in this video. So first of all, I don't know if you are annoyed by those people who go public and spread information like that. I think it's just it really pees me off. So what are they talking about? Are they talking about an alien invasion? No. Are they talking about a new great flood? No, probably not. Are they talking about a meteor that will hit Earth like it happened 65 million years ago? Probably not. So will Harvard scientists write on interstellar objects and will cruise Earth? No. So what are they talking about? And they are talking about an event that will occur within the next 2 decades, they estimate. So what event is that? This will be a pole shift. A pole shift is a event that is that was last recognized or located on the timeline 780,000 years ago, and it will statistically occur about 270,000 years every 270,000 years. So what's a pole shift and why is it important? So as you might know, our planet is protected by a magnetic field caused by our north and south pole, and this magnetic field protects Earth against solar winds, eruptions, outbursts, So we don't experience any kind of difficulties to our civilization, like electricity. Um, and during a pole shift, if a pole shift really happens, the shield will be lowered to about 5 to 10% of its strength. So 90% of the damaging or harmful rays from sun will hit Earth. That means every satellite will be damaged. Our circuits, our energy supplies will be damaged. So we will experience a global blackout, or at least blackouts on different continents. And that's a serious problem, because at a blackout, there is a lot of stuff that's not working. Let's start from our communication to fuel pumps. They won't work. Fuel pumps won't work, and there is no transportation. And yeah, NASA is playing it down. They say, okay, stay cool. If we really experience a pole shift, that's not harmful to our for any biological cell. That means plants and animals and humans will not be affected in their biological there were no mutations like skin cancer or stuff like that. So what happened is through chemical reactions in our atmosphere, the ozone will get lower. So we have more UFB rays hitting Earth that can in fact cause skin cancer, like we had our ozone hole over Australia for some decades. But they are playing it down. They say, okay, keep cool. If you really experience a pole shift, it's not that bad. It will affect our technical supplies. So satellites and energy supply, energy infrastructure will be damaged. So we go back about 200, maybe 300 years, and we will experience a lack of many things that makes our life comfortable, and what we call civilization. For example, medication, medical supply, water, fresh water, food supply, everything depends on energy, and this will indeed reduce the global population. It will have an effect on our daily life. So life as we know it will change. That's true. And let's have a look at Google Earth. So this is, let me see. Okay, let's start. Okay, here we have the United States, South America, United States, Florida. Here's Florida. Okay, let's start from Florida and go. to the first located magnetic pole. There's a difference between geological and magnetic poles. The geological pole pretty much stays where it is in the Arctic Ocean, and the magnetic pole that's causing the shield around Earth, that is moving westwards about 30 miles a year. So first in 1831, a scientist or researcher named James Clark Ross located the magnetic North Pole right here. So for your orientation, this is Canada. So, and on the right, the white island is Greenland. And this was 1831. So 200 years later, let me pull it up, our current magnetic North Pole is here. Okay. For your orientation, this is Siberia. It walks towards Siberia. So here we have Scandinavia, Germany, and here it is. So this is the current position of our magnetic North Pole. That's 1,500 miles away from its position in 1831. So if this magnetic pole is moving towards west, and they speak of a point of no return when it will skip, or it will turn. So it will turn completely, and this process of turning will take a couple of hundred, if not a couple of thousand years. So, but as I told you, NASA said it's not dangerous for the biological life at all. It's just dangerous for our energy supply and infrastructure. And that's indeed is a problem, because imagine there's no energy support, no protection, no police, no army, no state that's working properly, because we are going back to horseback riding or stuff like that, because fuel pumps will not work. We will not be able to generate fuel from oil. So the whole supply chain will break down in many different aspects. And so will society. So we will go back to trade with items and food, and most important will be food and fresh water. And if they build a bunker and shelter, they probably wanna save fresh water and food. That's probably what they want to protect. So, but it will change society. Yeah, it will turn society about, I would say, 180 degrees, and we go back 220 years, and we'll we will not be able to ride cars, and yeah, not watch Netflix, and not communicate over satellite phones, cell phones, and stuff like that. And yeah, that will pretty much change our life. So you can think for yourself what you're gonna do with your loved ones, with yourself, to prepare yourself for this event. I think most of us won't be able and won't be able to have a bunker or shelter in the backyard. Don't have the financial yeah abilities to to make a project like that come true. Only a few will have it, so we are the ones who struggle for our lives, and I pretty much think the older ones will be the first victims. The chronicle who are chronicle ill will be first victims and stuff like that. You can make it up in your, or you can follow this line for your own and think what will happen. There's a lot of stuff, but it will affect humanity and the way we live tremendous, and not in a positive way. So that's the subject there. Everyone is talking about it when they say we don't have much time left. Get prepared. Use this time you have left. And I'm pretty much convinced that most or many of them won't have an idea. They just talk SHIT to, I don't know, to go public, to make a statement, and yeah, that's pretty annoying. So that's the first topic. The second topic is a prediction I made on the Iran conflict. I posted, I didn't publish a video. I posted a comment on the social media platform. I don't know, it was X or Reddit. That the Iran will be attacked by the US on the night between the 18th, from the 18th to the night to January 19th. And it didn't happen, as we all know. So I want to explain how some of those information came up. I was wondering, because I don't follow news anymore. I think the news we have, it doesn't matter where you look at news. If you look on the right or on the left or in the middle, everybody is lying. So politicians are lying. I don't trust politicians anymore. I don't know. I lost trust in politics and in the ability of politicians to rule a country properly, to the good for the people. I just distrust every politician, everybody who is involved in politics. So I don't watch news anymore, because I know when I turn on the news on the one side, they gonna lie to me on the other side about the other side, and if I turn the news on this side, they are going to lie about the other side. So there's nothing. I think it's not worth spending time. So what I received was information that the attack will take place on between 18th in the night between January 18th and 19th. So I wrote down, I was pretty sure about it, and nothing happened. So what happened in between? I think it was like 5 days earlier, I got the information. And what happened in between? In between happened something you couldn't expect. And Israel came up and said it's not possible to attack Iran because if you attack them, they're radicals and they will push the button. And you cannot guarantee to destroy every launch pad for nuclear missiles. So a few will start and at least one will hit their target. And one rocket or one nuclear rocket would be enough to start a global conflict. So they, as you might know, I would call the government of the United States to stay neutral. I would call them kind of impulsive in some decisions. So they called for an attack, and it was planned, and then it was taken off the agenda because there were concerns in the Arabic world, in Israel, that this would cause a global nuclear conflict. And yeah, why? And I tried to figure out, why did I get the 18th, the night of the 18th to 19th? What is special, or what is special on that night? Because why did I get the information that the attack will start exactly on that time? And I tried to find any hint who will explain my information. And what I found out is that the night between the 18th and the 19th is the darkest night. So there is the lowest moonlight in the whole month. And that was something that came out when I looked up what's special about this night. So what came out is this night is the darkest night in Iran because of the moon phase. And I thought, okay, that's pretty strange. Why should they follow or look for the darkest night in a month? And I was looking up and tried to find something in the history, in other wars that when they started. And what I found out is that some operations started at this phase of a moon because the visibility is the lowest you can have in a month. The manual, I would say, or the optical visibility is the lowest of the whole month. And so some operations were started exactly on those dates. But I was wondering, because I thought this kind of visibility isn't important anymore for many decades, because our technical supply is so yeah so advanced that we don't need a visibility. But as it looks like that it's still important, and the plan was to start the conflict with bombers, B1, B2, or B-52, and that was kind of the plan. So don't blame me, because I think the first impression I got was right, and as for some reasons that are very reasonable, the conflict was taken off the agenda. So I'm glad they did it take off, but it's very sad for the people who started this riots, who tried to start a revolution, and they failed because they got no support. That's very sad. So politics is it's the worst thing that happened to humanity. And I just want to tell you about my impression, or why did I came up with the date. So now you know, and I hope you have a good one, and may peace be with you. Bye bye.